na 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 Batman, Batman, na 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 Batman, Batman, na 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 Batman, Batman, na 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 Batman, Batman, na 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 Batman, Batman, na 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 Batman, Batman, na 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 Batman, Batman, na 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 Batman.
CrazyCatLady or Martha Butler does not own any trailers or pictures. I use them under fair educational for and entertainment purpose.
Looks like it's all they did. Well, those years ago.
See? No, I don't want to do any more of it. Hi everyone, Martha here. So, I got done watching Penguin, which is kind of reminds me a little bit of Breaking Bad and Sopranos, and I would say a little bit of The Godfather. Now, I did watch Breaking Bad. Didn't finish watching Better Call Saul though. I watched some of that show, but I stopped watching it when I think season 6 came out. But this Penguin show does have a little bit of like those shows, gangster shows, shows that also has it been long enough in the show, in this video, drugs in it, and a lot of cussing in it. I did also see that we are dealing with the same exact fact that Penguin, just like in Arkham Origins, and I would totally understand if some of you guys have not played that game, since it's not available. It's the only place you can play it is on Steam. They have not put it out on PS5 or any of the home consoles, so I can totally understand if you had not played it. I played it back when it was on PlayStation 3, since I owned one. So what happened? How was this have something in common with that? Now, at the beginning of this episode, we see the aftermath of what happened with Riddler having a flood because a bunch of bombs were hit and flooded Gotham, and so Gotham's like dealing with the aftermath of that crisis and the fact that Carmine died in this died in the movie, and so Alberto, his son, takes over in this, and we have seen him a couple of times. I think he was in the cartoon of Long Halloween, and he was also in, I don't think he was in Gotham, because they was mostly focused on his dad in that one. If he was, correct me, 'cause I'm pretty sure only one that showed up that was the Falcone's kid was Sophia, which is also in here, but I don't think they ever showed Alberto in Gotham. He goes to his dad's old bar where Penguin's at, and Penguin's getting pictures, and Alberto finds him doing it, and so Alberto's trying to stay clean. He's an alcoholic, but he says, I know you're trying to stay clean, but you doesn't mean booze. And apparently Alberto's doing what that you've seen Breaking Bad. He's basically doing what Mr. White's doing in that show, is releasing a new drug out into the world. And so Penguin says you should be like a gangster that was in his neighborhood who was nice to everybody in the neighborhood. And when that guy died, they did a parade for him because how nice he was to everybody in the neighborhood. So he thinks he laughs at Oswald for thinking that way. And Oswald doesn't like being laughed at, so he shoots at him. And so this is how he is like. This is where I see the similarities to Arkham Origins, because in Arkham Origins, Penguin tortures Alberto to like to get information out of him and to show him that he's better than him and stuff like that. That's what happens in that game. Now, if he doesn't kill him, that's like the only reference to Alberto that we have in the arc of him getting tortured by. And here it looks like we're only gonna. It's all information we're gonna get from him in this show is him being killed by the Penguin. So now, Sophie, he goes back to his car. And he kind of has a Jason Todd moment here because he has a bunch of kids trying to steal parts from his car. And so he scares most of them off, except for one, whose name's Victor. And I think we have too many Victors in the Batman world, because they did not name this kid something else. Because we have Victor Zsasz, we have Victor Freeze, and now we have another Victor. And there's also one that's also Cyclops' name. Too many Victors in the DC world, but whatever. Hopefully, I don't think any of them are going to show up in this show, so I'm thinking we're good. Only one that would make sense would be Zaz. But yeah, since this world wants to make sure they don't reference any of the out there villains. So yeah, I think we're fine. But anyway, he basically tries to make helps have Victor carry the body out there and then hide in it inside of an old red car. Instead, I thought they were gonna dump it down in the river, but I guess he wants to save the body for later if it like comes in handy. So he has to go find an alibi to hide that he was with another lady, and he like pays the lady and lets like, you're my alibi. And then he goes to the next day happens. Goes home. The next day happens, and he gets a call from Sophia. And apparently Sophia's been in Arkham for a while, and she's been let out recently. And Alberto and her really were close. So she's wondering where her brother is. And one of the bodyguards or one of the other gangsters want to close down a plant, but they don't. Seems like they don't really care where Alberto is. Only one that really cares is Sophia, since there's their relationship those two had together, of the fact that Alberto's the only one that actually cares for his sister and making sure that she's okay and taking care of and stuff like that, but not letting her leave the house because she did want to go with him to keep him safe, but he tells her to stay. So yeah, so he's asking Penguin, where is my brother? And Penguin's not saying anything, so she takes him to go and eat and try to get him out that way, and still he doesn't say anything. So Sophia won't give up. She will find out if Penguin knows anything. So Penguin goes to his mom and tries to get his mom and him and I guess Victor to go be somewhere safe so he doesn't have to worry about being caught. But his mom gets it out of him that he killed Alberto and makes him stay because he's supposed to be a new kingpin or for someone in charge. So yeah, of the city, the new main gangster. And he also goes to see Salvatore, who's the other gangster, the Falcone's rivals, the Marconis, I think. And he's played by Clancy Brown. And if you don't know who Clancy Brown is, let me remind you who he is. So Clancy Brown has been in The Song Chamber Redemption. I think he played the guard in that one. He was a lot younger. And he's been in Lost. He was one of the people who was inside who was working with Desmond. And there's also the fact that he's Mr. Krabs. So yeah, those are the three things you might know him from. And I knew it was him because since I've seen him in some live action stuff, not just hearing his voice saying money, 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 money. I have seen him in play actual movies and TV shows. But it was nice to see him here and being other stuff. Oh yeah, and I think let me see. I think I also know who I know. Also, you know who he is. He's Lex Luthor in the animated series. So I forgot that he was. I just remind myself that he was Lex Luthor. So now this is technically his second time in playing DC villain. So yeah, that's pretty cool that we got Lex Luthor from the animated series here. So that's really cool. It's like I'm doing a little cameo here. And he's like giving back Sal's ring because Alberto's had his ring because Carmine took the ring from him when he put Sal in jail, and so he returned it to him and see if he can he said, I'm gonna stop working with the Falcones to go work with you, and Sal doesn't believe him, so like in order to like make him believe him, he hands back his ring as a peace offering basically. And then after this he's trying to leave. It's raining and Sophia's looking for him, and she has her men to go chase after him, and he stops because there's a truck and like an event like going on, maybe a parade or something like that going on, and so he pretends to go out and leave, and Sophia's men goes after him, but he's actually in the trunk, But they're actually smarter than him, because he does take one down, but he outsmarted the other one. And this part here was pretty brutal, because what happens here is they do basically what he did to Alberto, but a lot worse. But he stays straight on her time, like he threatens to kill the other one of the Sophia threatens to kill one of the other kids that took part of his car, and he says, "Don't believe him. He didn't see me take your brother out or be at the bar. He didn't see me." So she shoots him, and then he was not gonna say anything. He almost got his arm cut off by using one of those big liner things. And Victor's not around during this entire time period, because he's going to go and get the car that had Alberto's body and make it look like one of the gangsters killed him, and cut out the finger or the pinky of where the ring was, basically, and write down payback inside the trunk. And I don't know how he ran so fast, but apparently he did. And so he's letting Victor be his right hand man, and that's how this episode. And there's also a news that I do want to get this episode. Probably this one was pretty good. I found it pretty dark, pretty good. It's been a while since I've watched the Gangster show. It was fine for what it was. I'm probably gonna give this one like a 7.5. It's pretty good. You should go watch it if you have Max. And we got some news about one of the actors or actresses for the live action Avatar season 2. We know who Toph is being played by, and that is Maria Sisa. She has been in a couple of things. You name what other things she's been in. She was, I guess, in that new Are You Afraid of the Dark one. I have not seen that one. Who was Charlie Brown? Let's see. She was an Arrow for one episode. Hopefully she does a good job. To me, if she acts like she's blind or acts like Toph, because Toph's one of my favorite characters in Avatar. She's probably like my second after Uncle Iroh. So I would say she has to act tough when it comes to the fact where she deals with the fact that she's blind, but she's not letting it get her down. That's one of the reasons why I liked her, because she does not let her handicapness hold her back. She conquers it in the show, and then mostly when she's around everybody else, only people who know she's blind is her parents, until Aang knows about it, and Aang makes sure not to teach her terrible, unlike her parents do. So yeah, I did like. Hopefully she does a good job. But knowing they're only gonna have like 8 episodes again, and see how well she does during it. And as far as we know, they're not changing her character at all like they did with Sokka. So I'll see you guys later. Like, share, and subscribe. And bye-bye.
Martha Butler, this is Batman calling from Wayne Manor with a shout out just for you. I am vengeance. I am the night. I am Batman.
Okay, this is Kevin. Well, good luck with your Crazy Cat Lady game reviewer podcast.